do it again. Let's do it again. Hello, Texas. So how's the food?
Delicious.
Yummy!
I hereby call the third general session to order.
Today, we are lucky to have two sponsors with us. We'll hear from Alicia McCain, Director of Transfer and Graduate Admissions at Texas Lutheran University. You may remember that's where we held our Honors Institute last summer. Please join me in welcoming Alicia.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
This is wonderful. Thank you so much for your positivity. I love it. On behalf of the faculty, staff, and students at TLU, I am honored to be here, and I send you their greetings from Seguin, Texas. Something that we are passionate at TLU about is our motto, and the faculty and staff are huge on providing opportunities for our students. As you can see, our motto is to learn boldly and live to inspire. We provide students with opportunities to do that every single day. On our campus, you'll find 1,400 students that are involved in their classrooms through civic engagement opportunities outside of the classroom. So they connect those two things. They are asking large questions of each other, of their faculty and staff, and they are very involved. You'll also find students that are involved outside of the classroom within fine arts programs, the chamber orchestra, the choirs, and the band, as well as our 1/3 of our student population that's involved in NCAA athletics. Our students are also every day a part of our John and Sandra Moline Center for Servant Leadership, where they are helping others, not only just in the Seguin region, but in the greater world as well. We provide students with opportunities to do internships and research on our campus. Our internships range from everything on campus to off-campus experiences. For example, we have a student portfolio managed group called the Bulldog Investment Team. They just placed third this past weekend at a conference where they're able to actually manage real money as students. So we're providing opportunities for those things as well for our students. I mentioned all the things that happen on campus and the opportunities for students off campus in the United States, but I do want to share that we have a variety of opportunities for students to study abroad. There are over 100 different countries where our students are studying, and they're studying for a semester, they're studying for summers, and they're studying on faculty-led programs for 2 to 4 weeks in the summer as well. I'd like to share some exciting new things that you may not know are going on our campus. These are things that are just coming down the pipeline, and I'm very excited to share them. We have new academic program offerings. We are anticipated to start a Bachelor of Science program in nursing. That will start this next fall with a cohort of about 30 students. Our program is different than others in the sense that our students will actually be taking a Spanish for medical terminology course. They'll also be taking chemistry for the medical professions as well. Our newest degree also that we added last year is a Bachelor of Arts degree in social entrepreneurship. So those students that are interested in things like sociology, communications, business, but they want to have a greater cause and they want to help others. That's a degree where students are able to help start their own for-profit or nonprofit organization. We do have a Master of Accountancy program, which is new as well on our campus. So it's a 5-year program where students have an opportunity to earn their bachelor's and their master's degree within 5 years. The students are doing excellent internships at companies such as PwC. They're working for Deloitte, they're working for KPMG and Ernst & Young, and they're most times, 99% of the time, getting an intern or a job offering after that internship. So excellent job placement rates. As far as building and developments on campus, when you were on campus last summer, if you joined us at TLU, you would have seen our new residence hall, Centennial Hall. It's actually a living and learning community, so students are able to live and learn. There are classrooms in the dorm itself where students are able to grow together. We have started an athletic complex building on our campus, so we'll have football being played on our campus for the first time in decades, beginning in September. That'll be a several phase project, the first phase being, of course, the football field, a 400-meter all-weather track, and then we are building new baseball and softball complexes. Other renovations are down the pipeline, so I hope to be able to speak next year and tell you that we're moving forward on things like fine arts, so that we can support our programs in the fine arts, including dramatic media. So those are things that are happening. Now here is how we help you. Since you are the excellent students that we are looking for on our campus, we want you to lead, we want you to serve others, and that's exactly what you're doing here in PTK. We have excellent scholarship opportunities. So I'll touch briefly on the opportunities that we provide for students. You'll see in our first grouping there our academic scholarships. The TLU Choice Award is an award where students are awarded the matched cost of attendance if they've been admitted to Texas Lutheran University and Texas A&M College Station for the same year, or TLU and UT Austin for the same year. That's cost of attendance, tuition, room, board, fees. We match it. So you're able to attend a small private liberal arts institution for the same cost that you would be going to a larger state institution. Other awards that we look at based upon your cumulative GPA, and these are things that I automatically look at when a student is admitted to TLU, are transfer academic scholarships. They range from $4,000 to $11,000 per year. And on top of that, for being a member of PTK, we do have a $3,000 award that we add onto that award. Most students that are involved in PTK, they're looking at a $10,000 or $11,000 award each year, and then we add the $3,000 on top of that. If you are involved in the fine arts, there are offerings up to $4,000 for music, dramatic media majors, and then non-majors. So say you're a biology major, a communications major, but you want to be involved in band, choir. We do add $2,000 on top of those scholarship programs. So I'm honored to talk about those, and I'm excited to work with you. If you have any questions about the enrollment process at TLU, feel free to send me an email, give me a call. I'm happy to help. And I work with all transfer students on admissions and financial aid, so I am your go-to person. So thank you so much for letting me be here today.
Next, we will hear from Andy Scott, Senior Admissions Counselor, Office of Undergraduate Recruitment at the University of Texas at Arlington. Please join me in welcoming Andy.
Hello, how are y'all doing this afternoon? So excited. Love coming to PTK stuff because y'all are the most excited group out of any group that I've ever worked with in the 6 years that I've been at UTA. So thank you for making college fairs fun and enjoyable. I really appreciate it. I'm really excited to be here. Excited to sponsor the PTK conference. Again, we always love working with our PTK students because y'all are always so excited and motivated. So I wanted to tell you just a little bit about UTA, our tuition and our scholarships for you guys, not take up too much of your time. At UTA, located in Arlington, Texas, right between Dallas and Fort Worth, a couple miles away from Jerry's World, the Dallas Cowboys Stadium, or the AT&T Stadium now. We have 82 bachelor's degrees that we offer. We have 78 master's degrees and 35 doctoral programs at the university. We have about 34,000 students currently enrolled. Around 25,000 of those are undergraduate students, and about 58% of our undergraduate population are all transfer students, just like you. So you will be right at home at UT Arlington. We will do our best to work with the classes that you've already taken to make sure they plug into your degree program. At UTA, our tuition runs about $9,100 a year for the fall and spring. That's flat rate tuition, so if you're going full time, then that's what you pay for 12 hours, 14 hours, 18 hours. You're going to pay that same flat rate tuition. If you are going less than full time, then it works out to a little over $1,000 per class. So if you do have the opportunity to attend full-time, it works out for you because you end up getting some classes for free. We do offer scholarships for our transfer students. The catch with that is that you do have to enter UT Arlington in a summer or a fall semester. So let's say you're entering for the fall 2015. You have to be admitted to the university prior to February 13th of 2015 for the summer or fall. And then the scholarships that we will automatically award you just for being accepted will range from $2,150 a year to $4,000 a year. So you're covering about 45% of tuition just for being admitted by the scholarship deadline. And then we also have departmental and designated scholarships that our students can apply for to just add money to that amount. The scholarships I mentioned previously do include the PTK scholarships. So that's, again, something you just get automatically for being accepted by the deadline and being a member of Phi Theta Kappa. A couple new things that I wanted to talk to y'all about. We recently started a new degree. It's a Bachelor of Science in Biomedical Engineering. So previously we have had the Bachelor-Master combined program for a Bachelor of Science in Biology, and then you would get a Master's in Biomedical Engineering. We now offer the Bachelor's degree in Biomedical Engineering. Recently, we started an RN to MSN degree that is available online, and I know that I spoke with several of you about that today. So we have, through a program we partner with called Academic Partnerships, we'll offer an RN, a registered nursing, to a Master's of Science in Nursing program. So if you are an RN student, which I know many of you are, then you can move into that program and then go straight for your master's degree in nursing. I think that is all that I have as far as new degrees are concerned. And then, as many of you know, and I've talked to several of you about also, we still offer our Maverick Promise financial aid program, where if you are admitted and have your FAFSA completed prior to April 1st, then we will provide you grant money covering 60 to 100% of tuition. So great financial aid programs if you are needing financial aid to get you through your bachelor's degree. If you have any questions, you're absolutely welcome to contact me or the admissions counselor for your area if you know that person. If you don't, you can contact me. I can get you in touch with whoever's in charge of your region. My email address is just andy.scott@uta.edu. That's andi.scott@uta.edu. And I will be happy to direct you to the correct person and to answer any of your questions. So thank y'all so much for having me. I really appreciate it, and I hope you have a great rest of the conference.
Andy, thank you so much for joining us this weekend and for your support of the Texas region. Now, it is my pleasure to present to you our speaker for this session. Dr. Cozy McKay is a well-traveled and international inspirational and motivational speaker. He's a social entrepreneur and CEO of the Cozy Companies. He has made teaching people how to live within and above their potential his life's mission. He holds a bachelor's degree in speech communication and psychology, a master's degree in business communication with a specialization in leadership and influence, and a doctorate degree in applied management and decision sciences with a specialization in leadership and organizational change. He is adjunct professor of speech at North Harris College and professor of organizational behavior at Jones International University and Davenport University Online. As an award-winning writer, speaker, and citizen of the world, Dr. Cozy travels the world sharing a message of higher level living. He lives in the Woodlands, Texas. Dr. McKay has spoken internationally on topics such as leadership, management, personal development, and diversity. He is the author of the award-winning personal development book, How Can I Come Up? How Can I Come Up? And the award-winning research paper, Culture and Leadership. One also interesting fact about Dr. McKay is he is a native of Zambia, and he moved to the States in the 90s. And for me personally, that is a country, or that area has my heart, because I had the opportunity to live in South Sudan for 2.5 months. So please welcome Dr. McKay.
Hello. Hello. I can't hear you. We good here? All right, I guess before we get started, I want to recognize a couple of people. Number one, I want to make sure that I recognize Lori. Come on. She's over there right now. Come on, wave to everyone. You know, when you think about growth and you start to think about the things that make you who you are, you have to realize that life doesn't happen in a vacuum, does it? Every single person in this room has been blessed to have people around them, people who encourage them, people who believe in them. And I have this very fortunate opportunity to have had that my entire career. Now, my career started off just like you at a 2-year school. Is anybody happy about having started there? I was telling some people, I said, you know, I got challenged the most when I was at North Harris College. That was my greatest challenge, right there on campus. And I went on from there, and in many ways I felt bored because I felt like I was just a number. I was just a person among the sea of faces. One of the things that we're going to talk about today is how you connect to who you really are in your quest to become a better leader, right? And so I'm very fortunate to have those people. My wife is here, honey, just wave at everyone. If there's any problems, blame her. It's true, and I heard that. Right? One of my good friends is here as well, Steve Scott. Steve and I work together. It's wonderful to have support and to have great people around you. But before we go any further, let me share some thoughts with you, some very basic thoughts. There was an article that came out in 1993, and it talked about what would happen if 99.9% was good enough. Listen to these stats. 2 million documents are going to be lost by the IRS this year alone. Ooh, that would be awesome. Come on, that would be okay. They can lose my documents every year. All right, 22,000 checks will be deducted from the wrong bank account every hour. Now, most of us would assume that 99.9%, that's pretty good, right? Don't you love those commercials that talk about kills 99.9% of the germs? Except I'm going to get the 0.01% of the germs. 1,314 telephone calls will be misplaced by telecommunication services every single minute. Right? You're trying to call your best friend and you end up calling China or something. Or odd. Or my favorite, 12 babies will be given to the wrong parents each day. Honey, you have some explaining to do. That's what I would say, right? 2,488 books will be shipped with the wrong cover on them. That's a little awkward, especially as expensive as textbooks are. I didn't say that loud, did I? 5.5 million cases of soft drinks will be produced every single year that'll be flatter than a bad tire. I know, I wanted some fizz, I didn't get it. 20,000 incorrect drug prescriptions will be written every 12 months. So, here's my question for you as we start off talking about this journey of leadership. What kind of leader are you? Are you the leader that's okay with it being 99.9% good enough? Or are you the kind of leader that always seeks to get things done right? I always ask audiences all the time, if you don't have time to get it done right, when are you going to have time to do it over? Oftentimes, we only have one shot at getting things done correctly. You and I have to take that opportunity and make sure we make it count. You with me so far? All right, so I'm going to share with you what my leadership journey has been like. I could sit here and talk to you about leadership theory. That could be fun for me, maybe not for you. But let's talk about leadership practically, right? Let's try and draw or create a bridge between theory and practice. One of the things I've learned about leadership is, in the simplest, crudest way, half the time it stinks because it's a lot of work and it's got a lot of pain attached to it. There's a lot of adversity that comes with being a leader. Now, I'm not sure if it was put on the program, but I was going to be talking about leadership or leading from the back, right? And most people assume that's necessarily the people that you're leading being in front of you and being in the back, but the truth is, if you ever go to a symphony, you will notice one thing. The maestro only faces the audience 2 to 3 times. That's it. When he walks in and right when the show is complete. Excuse me. Right when the show is complete. He will walk away, face the audience, bring the first chair, face the audience, bring everybody up, face the audience, and it's done. The rest of the time he focuses on whom? The orchestra that he's leading. So here's my question. Whose voice are you listening to as a leader? Who are you paying attention to the most as a leader? This is the thing about, adversity. Marcus Aurelius put it so perfectly. The art of living is more like wrestling than it is dancing. Most of us assume that leadership or life in general is supposed to be fun. Now, don't get me wrong, I love to have fun. Anybody else love to have fun? I was kind of jealous earlier. I saw the balls in the air and all that was going on. I was like, it'd be kind of cool to just take my jacket off and be like everybody else. But I was like, no, I have to be all distinguished. I don't even know what that word means. Right? So, yeah, this is going to work out great. All right, 15 more minutes of this. We got this. Here's another thing. Everyone, people tell you that, there's a lot of things out there that aren't free except advice. You have to be careful where you get your advice as a leader, because people will give it to you, especially when you don't want it. You ever notice how more people know about what's best for you than you do? Isn't that annoying? Or is it just me? It's really annoying, right? No, you should turn left here. No, you tell you what, this here is a lot better. Everyone always has advice. This is my advice for you, because it's free, kinda. All right? Be careful where you get your advice. Be careful who you are listening to, because those people will absolutely influence who you become. You and I have to have better filters. Those filters will help us sift through all the advice and recognize people for who they are. Because let's be honest, some people just aren't smart, and we're being nice about it, aren't we? They're just not too bright. That usually means the things coming out of their mouth aren't bright either. They don't know it. We don't have to tell them. We really don't. We just have to be careful which filters we pay attention to the most. You and I, we're going to be great leaders, we have to be ambitious. Can you imagine what kind of ego you have to be a leader? Well, nobody expected to hear the word ego and leader in the same sentence, did they? Oops. Right? I don't have a problem with ego, by the way. I think ego is a great thing. And that just ruined it for everyone. I'll say it again. Ego is a great thing. Because every single human being needs a certain dose of ego in order for them to do things that are extraordinary. I had to have some ego to assume I could ask a woman to marry me and she would say yes. I know, it is some ego there. Because think about this. Let's think about this logically, all right? We're a bunch of educated people in here, right? At least we're going to pretend like we are. So, number one, you have to assume you can take care of this person emotionally, you can take care of this person spiritually, you can take care of them in multiple ways, and you can provide for them an environment where they can flourish and grow. We should really patent that right there. Somebody recording this, that sounded really good. Right? That's the assumption. Well, this is the problem with super ego, or having this ego where you think everything is a whole lot better than it really is. It's assuming you don't need any help along the way, right? Every leader that's going to be successful has a measure of ego. It's when ego goes on steroids that things get really bad. People start to assume they can handle it by themselves and they don't need any help. Let me tell you a story about an insurance claim. This one is real. This person wanted to move 100 bricks, the little red bricks, from one location to another. And he made a claim to the insurance company. Excuse me, and the insurance company required him to recount exactly what happened when, at least what was going on in his head. That was a mistake. What were you thinking when you moved the bricks from that corner to this other corner? He said, well, I figured all the other people were too busy. So I figured I could handle all the bricks from that corner to the other side, and then I threw my back out. Now, if you're the insurance adjuster, what are you thinking at this moment? Yeah, somebody said it over here, right? Must be from New York. What are you, stupid? I don't know where that came from, but I was in Florida last week, that's where it came from. And my cabbie was from New York. So he picks me up from this college to get me back to the airport, and I was like, hey man, I like your shirt. He's like, yeah, this is kind of a nice shirt, isn't it? Except I spilled some coffee on it. I'm like, really, you spilled some coffee on it? What are you doing? I'm like, he's like, I don't know, I just want to drive you to the airport. He didn't stop talking from that moment until we got to the airport. And he said to me, that's just the way I am, man. I have a New York attitude. I'm like, great. I'm a Zambian. I want to pick up a New York attitude. Except mine is kind of laced with some Texan in it, right? It's like I'm from East Texas, right? You know the first thing I learned, this has nothing to do with leadership, we're taking a commercial break. first thing I learned when I moved to Texas, you have to say certain things. First of all, I can't say y'all. I'm working on it. I can't say y'all correctly, but I can say this. I tell you what. And the best part about that, you don't have to say anything. People will ask you a question, just look at them and say, I tell you what. And I say, what? I done told you. Anyway, moving on. Another thing I've learned as a leader is you have to ask questions, right? You have to ask questions. You know that millions and millions of people saw the apple fall. You know the only person that asked why? Newton. Isaac Newton was the only person that ever asked. Everybody else was like, oh, this is kind of cool, right? We've reached a point in our society where people don't ask questions anymore. They assume everything is great, everything is going to be okay. They have a huge, thank you very much. It's awesome. Thank you very much, East Texas. Anyway, shooting lanes from East Texas, awesome. Tell you what. Anyway, a lot of people saw this apple fall. Nobody asked why. We have Isaac Newton. He turns around, and now we have these laws that we know truly govern the way we live our lives. Does that make sense? As a leader, those are the kinds of breakthroughs that we're supposed to be looking for. If we're not looking for that as leaders, why are we here? Right? Most people assume that leadership is about a position. And let me really hurt you a little bit. If you depend on your position to lead, you're a poor leader. Because leading has nothing to do with your position. Right? Assuming a mom and a dad are supposed to have a leadership position in their home, having that title is not enough. You have to exemplify leadership, correct? You have to ask the right questions, and oftentimes we have to ask ourselves the right questions, correct? I talked earlier about the New York attitude. You have to have major attitude as a leader, right? You have to have a lot of attitude as a leader. You have to recognize that people will find things that are wrong all the time, right? There's some people, that's what they major in, right? Got my bachelor's degree in finding out what's wrong with you. That's what they do. They always find something wrong. Things are never good enough. Now, let me back up and backtrack. We talked about 99.9% not being good enough. I get that. But we're human beings, and we have to recognize that human beings do not work on under the same laws as other things. Does that make sense? So we have to recognize that human beings, as long as they bring their best, they bring 100% to it, that's all we're asking for. We know the results may never ever show that to be what it's supposed to be, but if somebody brings 100% all the time, then I'm okay with it. Does that make sense? So we have to have the right attitude. Character is another aspect. And all these qualities I'm sharing with you, any person in this room can have them. You don't have to have special skill. You don't have to have special education. You don't have to have any of that. All you have to do is have a desire. And character is one thing that we have to build. And let me break this down for you. When you think about character, most of us assume it's what people say about us. No, that's your reputation. I never trust my reputation. Never trust your reputation. Trust me, it'll get you into trouble. Because the problem with reputation, it depends on how people are feeling. I never thought about it that way, huh? Right? And the problem with how people are feeling, because emotions are fleeting, if people are feeling good, you have to always keep them feeling good in order for them to think your reputation is where it needs to be. If you live your life by character, it changes everything. It changes the dynamic of how you lead. And then people see you as you really are, flawed like them, but you have a deeper desire to see things changed. You with me still? All right, good. John Wooden said, ability may get you to the top, but you know what keeps you there? Character. Character is what keeps you at the top. I know a lot of people who have a lot of skills, but they have zero character, so they never get to do anything big. Now, big to you might be, changing the world completely. Big to you might be changing your community. Big to you might be being the first person in your family to ever graduate college. I don't know what big is to you, but here's the point. If every single person in this room did big, every single person in this room did what they were supposed to do, things that they were called to do, we wouldn't need many more people to do anything else. Because just every single one of us in here would have enough people that we've influenced and change the world for the better. Make sense? We have to have a lot of courage. Here's the thing about running a business, running a home, managing your life, managing classes. A lot of times you get discouraged. Is anybody else in here that gets discouraged? Dare you would. Right? You get discouraged, right? You look at everything in front of you and you recognize this is not looking good. Or my favorite, this is not in the plan. Anybody planners in here? Okay, good, I'm not the only one. I sit there and I look at my plans and I rewrite them just to make sure that something's not done right. I'm like, hey, the computer messed it up. I'm gonna retype this sucker again. Tell you what. That's what I'm gonna do. And then guess what happens? The results are the same. We get discouraged. And we have to recognize that sometimes the results don't really tell the whole picture. Right? Now, a bunch of college students in here, everybody assumes, here's the idea, right? Most of us have been told we need to go out to school, get A's, get B's, or whatever it is that you were told. Half the time we weren't told exactly how to get those grades. But at the end of the day, what are we supposed to be getting? An education. We're supposed to be learning, we're supposed to be growing. Right? In my master's program, my worst grade was in research methods. I know, it was bad. But it's weird because I learned the most out of it. And then I ended up moving on and actually teaching research methods. I don't know what that really means, if that's a good thing or a bad thing. What's my point? Is we always assume that the measures that we use are the things that matter the most. So be very careful the measures that you use, and your courage will always be up when you need it to be. Make sense? You have to learn how to manage a crisis. As leaders, learn how to manage a crisis. Now listen, we all get emotional, whether it's anger, disappointment, whether it's just yelling at people. We all get these moments where we just feel absolute anger and disappointment. How you handle the crisis will tell a lot about the kind of leader that you're becoming. Because if you fall apart in the middle of a crisis, nobody can trust you. I wouldn't follow you if you were my leader if you fell apart, right? It's in those times of crisis when real leadership shows up, right? So you and I have to be very careful with that. You've heard about the Chinese, right? The Chinese symbols. When you look at the word crisis in Chinese writing, one brush stroke is for danger and the other one is for opportunity. There's always an opportunity inside the crisis. You just have to find it. That's what differentiates leaders from those who are led. I don't like to call them followers. Now, you have to have a lot of desire. How many people here have desire for something or someone? Right? We have a lot of desires. But if you desire something enough, right? If you desire something enough, you have the opportunity to attain it. Now, I have to be clear. I don't believe that you can be anything that you want to be. I'm 6'3", I will never be a flight attendant. Okay? Yeah. Broken neck, oh, it's just not gonna work, okay? You and I, what we admire, we're going to start to desire. What we desire, we will start to feel like we require it. I must have it. And eventually what we require, we're going to acquire. But it starts with the area of admiration. When you admire something, when you look at something and you make it literally the apple of your eye, it's something that I want, it's a place that I want to go to, you will do whatever it takes. Let me share this very, very quickly. Every single person in this room has a dream. I know it, because every single human being has a dream. I don't mind dreams, but I'm a communication guy, so the semantics are really important to me. I'm tired of people telling me about dreams. Dream big. Yeah, that sounds great. I know a lot of people who go out there and they dream big, but they don't do anything with their dreams. I want you to aspire. That should be the new buzzword, right? Aspire big. Because when you aspire for something, it doesn't matter how big the obstacle is. You will attain what you want to attain. Does that make sense? Now, if I wanted to be a flight attendant, I could. It just would never be on a regional jet, ever. They finally made a plane big enough for me to be a flight attendant on. Does that make sense? So you have to change your dreams and turn them into aspirations, because everybody has a dream, but we have to transfer those dreams into aspirations. Last couple of minutes and then we'll get this wrapped up. Everybody still with me? Yeah. All right. Now, Discernment. Leaders have to be discerning. That means you have to use this. I know it's annoying sometimes, but you have to use this. Okay? You really have to. It doesn't feel like it, but you have to. So this is the thing about discernment, right? One person said the first rule of holes: stop digging. It's the number one rule of holes. Most of us do not have enough discernment to recognize we need to stop, right? You start talking and then you realize I shouldn't have said that. Then you figure if I say 15 more things, I can fix that. Now you have 15 other things to fix. It's amazing how 2 words usually fix. 2 words are really the best thing. Things like, I'm sorry. Technically, am is a contraction, so it should be 3 words, but we'll just, make it simple. All the English people, don't panic, okay? So the 2/3 words, I'm sorry, or this 3 words, I was wrong. Any leader that cannot tell you I was wrong, keep both eyes on them. If you wear glasses, keep all 4 on them. Yeah. Just saying. That's another one that I just heard. That's another favorite of mine. Quick commercial break, right? You ever notice how people tell you things they don't really want to tell, or they don't really want to say out directly, and then they just say, I'm just saying? And you ever notice how they all look the same? I'm just saying. I don't like those shoes. I'm just saying. Anyway, here's my last thought for today. As a leader, you are supposed to be working to empower the people around you. Let's go back to our maestro. The entire orchestra can do nothing without the maestro. When he looks at the brass section, when he looks at the winds, when he looks in every section, they know what they're supposed to do. Now, they can read the music all by themselves. They've got that skill. But they need somebody that they can follow. And they trust someone so much that when they shouldn't play, they don't. When they should play, they do. Does that make sense? A leader's ultimate job is to empower. Listen to this thought. Everything you'll ever need or want is already in your life. It's just waiting for your recognition. Now, anything that's unrecognized becomes unappreciated. And anything that's unappreciated becomes unrewarded. And anything that's unrewarded eventually leaves your life. Your leadership skill, all the things you're learning right now, all the things that you learn in other leadership settings and opportunities, they are meant to help you empower the people around you. So as a leader, are you empowering the people around you? And if you can't answer that question effectively, you will have to get with the people around you that you do trust and ask them, how can I empower you a whole lot better? Thank you so much for having me. You guys enjoy the rest of the conference.
Thank you for your inspirational message. On behalf of the Texas region, please accept this gift as a small token of our appreciation. Now, Ms. Deborah Esparza.
Are you ready for a few more awards? So can I have Lori and Laura come up, please? And officers. Officers, will you come as well?
Can you please put all phones on vibrate? That would be awesome. Thank you. First chapter, the Alpha Alpha Rho chapter, Lone Star College, North Harris. I'm so sorry. These are for the 5-star awards, is that right? Yes, 5-star awards. So, if you please come forward with your chapter name and call. And the first one is the Alpha Alpha Rho chapter of Lone Star College, North Harris.
And I was just given approval to say that this is over 50% of the state have reached 5-star. Our next chapter is Alpha Alpha Psi from Richland College.
And next we have Alpha Delta Delta chapter, Tarrant County College.
Next was Alpha Delta Pi chapter, Brookhaven College.
Next we'll have Alpha Gamma Pi chapter, Austin Community College.
The next one we have is Alpha Gamma Zeta chapter, San Jacinto College.
Alpha Lambda Rho chapter, Lamar State College.
The next chapter, Alpha Lambda Psi chapter, Lone Star College, Kingwood.
Alpha Mu Pi chapter, Northeast Texas Community College.
Our next chapter, Alpha Mu Tau chapter, Collin College.
Alpha Omega Iota chapter, Southwest Texas Junior College.
Our next one is Alpha Omicron chapter, Tyler Junior College.
Alpha Phi Lambda chapter, Glenn College.
Our next chapter, Alpha Rho Mu chapter, Lone Star College, Tomball.
You're my boy, Blue.
Alpha Zeta Eta chapter, North Lake College.
Another 5-star chapter, Alpha Zeta Omicron chapter, Cedar Valley College.
Beta Delta Omicron Chapter, Tarrant County College.
Another 5-star chapter, Beta Epsilon Mu Chapter, South Texas College.
Beta Lambda Mu Chapter, Lone Star College, Sci Fair.
Another 5-star chapter, Beta Nu Chapter, San Antonio College.
Beta Sigma Mu Chapter, Tarrant County College.
Failure's not an option.
Eta Beta Chapter, Southwest Texas Junior College.
Iota Alpha Chapter, Trinity Valley Community College.
Mu Omicron Chapter, San Jacinto College.
Mu Upsilon College Chapter, Mu Upsilon Chapter, Alva Community College.
Omega Gamma Chapter, El Paso Community College.
Omega Chapter, Mountain View College.
Omega Sigma Chapter, Houston Community College.
Omicron Psi Chapter, Grayson College.
Phi Chapter, Weatherford College.
Phi Tau Chapter, Tarrant County College.
Pi Chi Chapter, McLennan Community College.
Psi Eta Chapter, Eastfield College.
Psi Kappa Chapter, St. Philip's College.
Psi Psi Chapter, Brazosport College.
Sigma Delta Chapter, College of the Mainland.
Sigma Tau Chapter, El Centro College.
Theta Theta Chapter, Laredo Community College.
Zeta Gamma Chapter, Victoria College.
Zeta Sigma Chapter, Texarkana College.
Zeta Xi Chapter, Wharton County Junior College. Let's give all of these five-star chapters a round of applause.
You may remember that last year we had a real push on five-star competitive edge, right? And absolutely amazing project. Completers are up, are you ready? 212% in the state. Right now, and I don't know if we can do it, but let's give it a try. Number one, just so I can see what I'm dealing with, if you have completed five-star competitive edge, will you stand? I think we can do this. What I would like is a picture of all of you up on the stage. If you've completed, will you come up here?
Okay, the ones that just took the knees, I can't see you.
Listen to Tracy, right back here.
Ones just took the knees, I can't see you. Hey, I'm gonna ask you 1 second. If you got an iPhone, put it, or a cell phone, put it down for a minute. Let me get a picture real quick, and then we'll hold them there and let everybody get them with a cell phone. Right now, I'm getting the back of a whole lot of cell phones from the back of somebody's head standing up. On three, we're gonna do 2 of them. 1, 2, 3, hold it. One more time. On 3, ready. 1, 2, hold it, jump. Go. Thank you. Congratulations. Hold it.
Now the cell phone.
And you got a cell phone, help yourself.
Everybody say 5-star. 5-star.
Okay, hands up.
That's what you all are.
What's the next internship I'm on? I didn't even know. Verizon. I went out there. I couldn't find nobody. I saw Laura. I did.
That was fun.
So the amazingly cool thing about that is that began as a tiny little idea in a planning meeting for one of these events. And then the alumni got involved in it. They really bought into the idea. They rolled it out, worked with the region, and it has become a sustainable project. And that right there is the power of what you can do. Absolutely awesome. So that's the perfect segue into the next thing that the alumni have in store for you. And Kenneth Ripke is going to tell you about it.
Forgive me, I've been judging, I've been busy, running, always busy, yes. This year what we're doing for our regional project for the Alumni Association, and some of you already have known this because you were involved when you came through registration. What we asked is if this was your first convention to sign on a sheet for us. I know several of you have, and you have green stars on your name tags. So what I'd like first of all to do is ask everyone if it's your first regional convention to please stand for us.
Big side of
Okay, you can be seated. Now, what we're doing, because we don't have everyone's names yet, tomorrow in the district meetings, we'll have alumni in each meeting, and what we're going to have you do is sign a form for us, and what it is just your name, your chapter, and an email address. What the alumni want to do is connect with you. We want to be able to be someone that you can contact for questions, see how you're doing on your 5-star, and just if you have something you need help with, let us know so that we can be there to help you. We're going to try to have an alumni tied with each person, but we may just, because you're in a certain district, be able to work with our district reps. And when we get your name signed up, if you don't have the rating green star, we'll get you a green star for your name tag. So we'll be doing that in the district meetings tomorrow real quick. We'll be sending alumni each one. I know it'll tie in your meetings, but what we're going to do is just get you to sign the sheet and we'll pass it along as you go through your meeting stuff. So we want to work with you, and who knows what else we can do. You saw the crowd that we had up there. Thank you.
And it's that time again for another farewell. Nancy, will you come up, please?
Ashley Hall has brought enthusiasm and fresh ideas to District 3.
She promoted and her chapter hosted a second fall meeting for District 3 to kick off the fall 2013 semester. She put a lot of organization into the event, keeping our tradition of letting each chapter present some part of the program. That makes it harder, you know. Ashley's been able to encourage and motivate greater participation among our chapters. She's traveled long distances to attend many chapters' inductions. She led our district in a work day for the Long-Term Redevelopment and Recovery Organization in West Texas. In case you don't remember, that's the small town that was devastated with the fertilizer plant explosion last spring. These are just a few examples. Ashley has been dependable, flexible, and hardworking, and we're proud to claim her as ours in District 3.
Life-changing experience. From all the people I've had the privilege of meeting and working with to the different leadership opportunities that I have been involved in. However, I could not have done any of this without the help and encouragement from many of you. I'd like to give a special thanks to some of the people that played an instrumental role in my success during my term as District 3 Vice President. First off, Dr. Melissa Weinberger, advisor of Alpha Mu Chi at NTCC. Words can't express the gratitude I have for all that you have done for me. Not only have you been there to push me along and encourage me when I'm not really sure of what to do, but you have helped me grow in every area of my life. Thank you so much for believing in me and helping empower me to do great things. The go-getter attitude which you possess has rubbed off on me more than you will ever know. I aspire to one day be an example and encouragement to others just like you are on a daily basis. Thank you so much for being such a wonderful example to me. Also, a huge thanks goes out to my chapter, Alpha Mu Chi, for supporting me and helping me with whatever I needed, whether it be just listening to me rehearse a speech or helping brainstorm ideas for events. A few specific people in my chapter that went above and beyond are here today are Noah Griffin, Stephen Milburn, and Courtney Phillips. Once again, thank y'all so much for everything y'all did to help me throughout the year. District 3, thank you so much for always being willing to do new things and go with the flow of changes on how things have been done in the past. Both advisors and members are absolutely amazing and people whom I have absolutely loved working with. Nancy Long, it has been a great honor and privilege getting to work with you this year. Thank you so much for being willing to change the way you have always done things in our district and giving me the leeway to develop my leadership skills. Thank you so much for everything you've done to help guide me in my successful journey as District 3 Vice President. Debbie Esparza, you truly are an amazing lady that does more than anyone can ever imagine. The dedication and passion you have for the Texas region is contagious. It has been such a tremendous privilege and blessing to be able to work with you and under your leadership. I have immensely enjoyed getting to know you and learning from you throughout this past year. I will always cherish the memories and life lessons that you have taught me. Dr. Molly Harris, thank you so much for always being here for me whenever I have a random question or something I do not understand. The patience that you have for all of us is very much appreciated. The joy and energy you always bring to the room has greatly helped us get through our many long late-night planning sessions. Thank you so much for helping each of us grow and develop our leadership skills over the past year. Julie, words can't express the gratitude we have for all the extensive hours you have spent to put our thoughts and ideas into images. The talent which you possess is incredible and is not taken for granted. Thank you so much for being patient with us as we send in last-minute changes and ideas. Last but not least, a massive shout out to the 5 best friends anyone could ever have. Not only are we best friends, we are family. The bond we have created this year is an inseparable one. I can honestly say that I have never worked with a better group of people. I love each and every one of them so much. Joanna, thank you so much for all you did to make our team a success. When we would present an idea to Debbie or Dr. Molly and then the board, you always had information to back up the reasons why we wanted to do something and how it would work. Stacy, thank you so much for all the words of encouragement and hard work you put into the regions. You always brought many creative ideas to the table and have wonderful suggestions to what we should do. Thank you for opening up your house to us and being such a great host for our Christmas week. We had such a blast. Thank you once again for all you did for us. George, thank you so much for putting up with me and helping me come up with creative ideas. I cannot thank you enough for always being willing to go the extra mile and make sure we all had our stuff done on top of everything else you already had to do. Jesus, we all have so much to learn from you. You truly are someone who thinks before you speak, and when you do speak, your words are filled with wisdom and power. Thank you for teaching me to stop and think before I say something. I have loved every single moment, conversation, and memory that we have made with each other. It is very rare to find such an amazing friend like you. Thank you for always being willing to double check my work and make sure I'm not missing anything. The leadership traits which you have are sure to take you far in life. Once again, thank you to everyone that has put in a helping hand in making my term in office such a wonderful experience. I've truly enjoyed getting to know each and every one of you, and good luck with your future endeavors. Thank you.
Who's ready for some announcements? Who has this book? Who got this book at registration? So, Dr. Cozy Mackay is going to be in Marketplace signing them. How cool is that? Yeah? So, the Texas Region Alumni Association would like to remind you that they are selling bottled water. They are allowed to sell it, so they are selling it. So we wanted to remind you that. For $1, they also have $5 and $10 water cards that you can buy and redeem them for a bottle of water until you use the card up. Remember that all proceeds from these sales go back to the members in the form of the Walter B. Cooper Scholarship that's awarded during the Leadership Conference. And if you are graduating this semester, transferring to a university already an alumni and would like to join the Texas Regional Alumni Association, please see the alumni for more information and an application. Road closures for the parade tomorrow begin at 8:30 a.m. And yes, it goes right in front of the Hyatt on Louisiana Street. You can view the map route at rodeohouston.com. See, I have some more announcements. Posters. Y'all who all have posters back there, we are finished viewing the posters, so please take them down after the session. That would be great. Let's see. Oh, who can tell me what our logo, this convention, stands for? Anybody? Okay. Committing. No, that's good. So this year, this convention is to start out the kickoff for a statewide C4 completion event. So the C4 stands for Texas 4 Community College Completion Challenge. So, what does that mean? Can someone tell me?
Mean we're awesome.
Whether you transfer or transfer back to degree, it's completing your 2-year degree.
Those are all correct answers. So for each individual, it's a little different, whether it's a certificate, 2-year degree, or a reverse transfer. But this convention is our kickoff for that. And it's a statewide, and it's a year event. So we are very excited to see what y'all can do with that. Very excited. Let's see. I'm trying to waste time. Debbie, do we have anything else? Okay.
Come on, you guys got our orange for changes.
Okay, so you all know how Marketplace is next door, in the middle? It's going to be moved to the very end. No? Oh, just kidding. Oh, Marketplace is going to be where campaigning was. Does that make sense? Okay, opposite side. Yes. Remember, posters need to be taken down and put away. All right, I think that's it.
So the reason we're doing that is because this room is going to be completely turned into rounds, and this is where you're going to have dinner and listen to the choir tonight. So all of the posters need to be removed from the room, and then everything in the other room needs to be moved to the other side. Do I have it? To the far side, so that they can turn this room for dinner. Oh, she says she thinks that's already been done. A little more on T4C4. We sent out invitations to all of the college presidents at community colleges in Texas, and tomorrow we're going to have some of them with us, and for a signing event. And I'll leave it right there because we'll let that be a little bit of a surprise. But it's wonderful to have their support, and I just want you to know that there's a little more coming. If you feel like I'm trying to fill right here, it is because I am. We are early. So how would you feel about a little free time? Yeah. So let's do this. We're going to stick to the schedule. Nothing will change. You have a little free time between now and the workshops, okay? But hold on, hold on.
Yeah.
Such in a hurry. Well, I hereby adjourn the third general session